Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 cringeworthy moments in Parks and Rec.
Oh, I can't though because I'm married.
You're not married. Well, she's not married.
For this list, we're looking at the most embarrassing and awkward moments for characters on this workplace comedy. Which of these moments still makes you cringe? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10, Ben's claymation movie.
Depressed? I'm the furthest thing from depressed. I mean, look at what I've accomplished. Do you see him? Do you think a depressed person could make this?
After Ben leaves his job to protect Leslie, he ends up pursuing random passions with his newly gained free time. While his calzone idea is pretty bad, his most embarrassing project is his claymation film. Ben leads his friend Chris and the audience to believe that the movie is truly something special. But when it actually plays, the claymation movie is extremely short and lackluster.
Oh my God. That's the whole thing. That's 3 weeks of work. You're gonna be okay.
No, I'm not.
It's uncomfortable watching Ben slowly come to the realization that a 3-week project didn't amount to much. Fortunately, Chris pointed out how embarrassingly bad the movie was before his friend took it to a public screening.
I emailed Leslie 2 days ago and I compared it to Avatar, Chris, and how can it not be longer?
Okay, look, what you're feeling right now is regret and shame.
Number 9, Leslie misuses historical artifacts.
I know, Anne, but everything's gonna disappear. April's mini dog park, the little Sebastian fountain, even the Wamapoke playground.
When Councilman Jam tries to push for the construction of a Paunch Burger restaurant on a lot in Pawnee, Leslie makes moves to stop him. She decides that the best way to halt the project is to exploit a local law loophole.
So we passed a law saying that if any sacred Wamapoke artifact is found on a development site, all construction must immediately stop.
Leslie gleefully dumps Native American artifacts that belonged to the Wamapoke tribe into the middle of the work site to cause construction to stop. Watching her briefly take pleasure in misusing cultural items was awkward. And although Leslie quickly has remorse and starts trying to recover the artifacts, it still doesn't change how wrong she was. We're glad that Wamapoke tribal elder Ken Hotate was able to look past her transgressions with these artifacts when she made a sincere apology.
Those artifacts found at Lot 48 were placed there by me. I wanted to delay construction on the Paunch Burger and buy some more time for my park project.
That is not great.
It sucks.
Number 8, Ben quits the accounting firm. Again.
But I have to quit. Again.
What? Oh, is this a classic Ben joke?
No.
Barney is an accountant who would love nothing more than to work alongside Ben. Unfortunately, it never works out. Every time it appears like Ben will stay at a job at Tilton and Radomski Accounting, he backs out of it and creates a very uncomfortable situation for Barney. The most painful moment between the two accounting wizards came in the Cones of Dunshire. Shortly after Ben starts working at the firm, his co-workers go the extra mile to keep him happy. But he has to awkwardly quit after he's offered the city manager position.
Actually, Barney, I'm afraid I have some bad news. Today's my last day. I got an opportunity I couldn't say no to, and I have to quit. Again.
The disappointed look on Barney's face speaks volumes. And unfortunately for him, it wasn't the last time Ben turned an accounting offer down.
How can I ever repay you?
Come work for us at the accounting firm?
Okay. No, sorry, I can't.
Wow, shortest one yet.
Number 7, Chris is blindsided by a breakup.
I'm going to ask Millicent Gergich to move in with me. I mean, if that's okay with you, of course, Jerry.
Yeah, of course.
The typically upbeat Chris was feeling pretty confident about his relationship with Millicent Gergich, but it wasn't going nearly as well as he thought. Although Millicent's father, Jerry, and his friends knew a breakup was coming, Chris had no clue.
Millie's gonna break up with Chris.
Shut up. Oh my God, that's gonna be super weird when they move in together.
Yeah, I don't know when, but she's definitely gonna do it.
And while they were all working on a fundraising event, Millicent suddenly arrives to do the deed. We couldn't do anything but cringe as Chris blissfully bounced around the room while she sat there waiting to break the bad news. Since his friends didn't have the heart to tell him directly, they tried to drop subtle hints that things were about to get bad.
You know, if you want to take the rest of the night off, that'd be fine.
Well, I don't think that'll be necessary. Unless you also want to go get dinner.
Nope. This won't take too long.
Unfortunately, they couldn't protect Chris from the awful truth that was about to hit him.
What, champion? You need to go outside now? Come on. Attaboy. Sorry. He hates awkward situations.
Number 6, Ben's failed prank.
Hey, sanitation. Listen, let's talk health insurance. Your dependents don't have it anymore. Have some illegal cheese.
It doesn't take long for Ben's friends to realize that his new city manager position has made him more uptight and awkward than usual. So they decide to play a little prank on him to loosen him up. Ben tries to show that he can go along with the flow by planning an elaborate ruse of his own. But he's so nervous about playing a joke on his friends that he can barely keep it together. While Ben's weird mannerisms were strange, the most uncomfortable part comes when he explains the terrifying prank he was planning.
I hired these guys in ski masks to kidnap us, and I was gonna pretend to be a hero. They were gonna shoot me and drive the van into the river.
The disturbing nature of his joke made us and his friends actually appreciate the stricter side of his work personality more.
Well, that's actually not how respect is spelled.
Yes.
According to Urethra Franklin, that's exactly how it's spelled.
Hey, Wyatt, you were a good sport earlier. No hard feelings?
Number 5, Anne realizes she's been dumped.
I don't have any actual proof.
Oh, then I'm sure he's not cheating on you. And if he is, he's a monster. And if he's not, you guys are great together. But if he is, I will kill him.
Although Anne didn't have any solid evidence her boyfriend was being unfaithful, she began believing he was cheating on her. She only became more paranoid when Leslie found a pink razor and swimming cap in his shower. Anne immediately races to confront him before discovering she was completely wrong.
I guess you're talking about my razor. I shave my legs for swimming and women's razors work better. For whatever reason, men's razor technology hasn't figured out how to properly contour the shin bone.
While we thought this was as bad as things were gonna get, Chris drops another bombshell on Anne. It turns out he already broke things off with her.
No, I'm not cheating on you, but I'm also not dating you. We broke up last week.
So, not only did Anne humiliate herself by accusing Chris of cheating, but she was worried about a relationship that no longer existed. We felt a huge amount of secondhand embarrassment for the nurse after this incident. Number 4, Tom keeps Nadia in Pawnee.
I'm Thomas Haverford. I sort of run the whole department. What was the name then?
Nadia Stotsky. I'm from Doctors Without Borders.
Brilliant. The old D's without B's.
All Nadia wanted to do was reserve a park. But Tom keeps her from leaving the office because he has a massive crush on her. Not only does he put on a ridiculous accent, but he also makes her fill out unnecessary forms while trying to win her over. When Tom runs out of creative excuses, he just tells Nadia her park reservation is completely canceled.
No, there was a mistake, and we gave the park to someone else.
What?
Maybe I can drive you around, and we'll pick another one? Maybe I'll bring a picnic lunch.
What makes this moment especially hard to sit through is the fact that Tom tries to hit on her while giving her bad news. A justifiably upset Nadia leaves him alone to think about how badly he messed up here. We were just as surprised as he was when she later gave him a second chance to do better.
I'm just trying to figure out if acting that insane is like romantic or totally scary. I'll go with romantic.
Number 3, Anne narrowly avoids a charity date.
You might not care about Jerry's future, but I do. Okay, we need to do something very drastic so he can be happy, so we can all be happy.
During a Halloween event, Leslie and Anne accidentally give Jerry a heart attack. They decide to make it up to Jerry by trying to raise money for his medical bills. In a desperate attempt to get more funds, Leslie lets random Pawnee residents bid for a date with Anne.
No.
Yes. Look at her, folks. One evening with the most beautiful woman in the world. Just dinner and dancing, nothing sexual. Unless she's into that, but no, she's not.
This sudden turn of events gets really awkward when an odd man offers the most money. His description of their prospective date together is cringe-inducing.
My cousin's got a kick-ass mud pit in his yard. She could watch me do belly flops. Then maybe we get some Thai food and a tank of nitrous and see what happens.
Anne is so uncomfortable with the idea that she bids on herself and runs away. We know that raising money in the wake of Jerry's heart attack was important, but we don't blame Anne for getting away from this potentially terrifying date. Number 2, a very awkward dinner.
I'm gonna be near Pawnee on Tuesday.
Excellent, yeah. I'll plan something exciting. In fact,
Our date in Pawnee is gonna blow Indianapolis out of the water.
Once Leslie finds out her love interest Justin is coming to Pawnee, she becomes determined to put on an exciting dinner party for him. While preparing for the event, she does everything from breaking ethical work rules to inviting both Tom and his ex-wife. Leslie's decisions all build up to what may be the worst dinner we've ever seen on the sitcom. Tom eats a big pepper to impress his ex-wife, Leslie exposes intimate details about April's love life, and there are awkward silences.
Crazy stuff. Discuss that.
There's not much more to discuss. You kind of explained it all.
The disastrous dinner is followed by a series of Pawnee locals being brought in to try to keep the party interesting. But in the end, Justin ends up asleep, and Leslie has to accept how horrible the event was.
You know, people hear about a killer party at Nope's house. They all come running.
Before we cringe at our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Leslie knocks over beer.
So what are you guys talking about? What's the topic du jour? Did you hear that?
Jerry talks about his supposed mugging.
What happened? You guys are just gonna laugh.
Why? Did you throw out your shoulder trying to swing a honeypot off your hand?
I was mugged.
Leslie tries to stop Ben from hanging out with Shauna.
Oh, wow, you two are still talking? Ben hasn't bored you to death by now?
Hey.
He's so boring.
Actually, we were having a really great talk.
Keep your pants on.
What?
I mean, keep your pants on, girl!
A terminally awkward public meeting.
So just make sure your students leave with a smile.
My class is called Coping with Terminal Illness.
Hopefully your attendance is good. Actually, no. Hopefully it's bad.
Leslie and Ben get kicked out of Model UN.
The Security Council has decided to expel Peru and Denmark from the United Nations.
Madame Ambassadeur! Pourquoi?
Because you guys suck. Look around.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Leslie's team can't stay on their feet.
I've been looking at our utter and complete lack of experience as a positive thing, but I'm starting to think it might actually be a problem.
Everything that could go wrong did go wrong as Leslie's team prepared for her campaign rally at a local sports center. They tried pushing forward by walking out onto the ice rink they unintentionally booked in front of a waiting crowd. But since Tom didn't purchase enough carpet to walk on, the team is forced to try to stumble across the ice to get to the stage. Ironically, Gloria Estefan's Get On Your Feet plays in the background as they try not to fall.
Stop leaning on my arm, Andy. Yeah. Babe.
Leslie somehow manages to reach the podium and start addressing the crowd. Unfortunately, she messes up her speech before local basketball hero Pistol Pete injures himself on the ice. It is a miracle that this cringeworthy rally didn't torpedo Leslie's political career.
Okay, this is just a disaster, isn't it? This is the worst political event ever in history.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.